Welcome to today's program. During the summer, BC experiences some of the worst air quality days on record due to wildfire smoke. When wildfires burn, they create small smoke particles called particulate matter, or PM 2.5.
These particles are so small that you cannot see them, but once we breathe them in, they can enter deeply into our lungs and increase the risk of heart and lung problems. These particles travel in the air and enter homes through windows, vents, doors, and any other openings. This means simply staying indoors during wildfires will not keep you safe.
That's why it's important to monitor air quality levels, close windows, and use air filters at home. Additionally, consider using a PM 2.5 monitor to track your indoor air quality. Older adults aged 65 plus are more vulnerable to poor air quality as their immune systems tend to be weaker, and many already have health problems like asthma, COPD, or heart diseases.
So how are organizations helping out older adults in BC? That's what we'll explore today with the BC Lung Foundation. To help us understand how communities are being supported, we're joined by Rowsell, Director of Marketing and Communications for the BC Lung Foundation. So could you introduce yourself and the work that you do for BC Lung?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me today. So my name is Rowsell. As you mentioned, I am the Director of Marketing and Communications at BC Lung. So within my role, it kind of encompasses overall messaging and branding for the organization and ensuring everything is cohesive. So I do a lot of writing. As we were just chatting about, I host BC Lung's podcast, lead media efforts, and kind of support the rollout of a lot of our bigger campaigns. And then I'm also very involved in the project management side of a lot of BC Lung's major projects. So we are bringing air quality monitors to, kind of rural communities across BC, just to ensure that everyone has that real-time data that they can access and make health decisions for themselves and their families.
Thank you. What are some services that are offered by BC Lung?
We're a small team, but we do a lot of stuff. So BC Lung, we do some lung health research funding every year. Last year, I think we gave away about $500,000 in funding for lung health research. There's also a huge educational piece. So we offer a variety of webinars and forums for different patient groups that we support. We work on some advocacy for new policies within the government, and then a lot of patient support initiatives. So we offer educational and community programs for COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, asthma, tobacco and vaping, air quality, and other lung health related conditions. And then other than Carter's Project, some other patient support programs are our Better Breathers program, which supports patients with COPD. We have the Breathe Project, which Dr. Anne-Marie Nickel is very involved with. That's building do-it-yourself air cleaners. And that's also brought to kind of communities in need across BC. We also have an asthma education camp for kids that we offer. And then we have a smoking cessation program called Quit Now, and that's in partnership with the BC government. But that's kind of a community-based cessation program.
Awesome. How does BC Lung connect with older adults in the community?
Yeah, so I would say we do quite a few things. I would say maybe the older demographic is a big piece of the community that we do support. One simple thing, I guess, is we have an asthma and COPD Facebook group. I think there's over 700 members in that. So that was just kind of a public space for people to connect who have similar lung disease, going through similar experiences. We also offer a number of programs that can be accessed from the comfort of people's homes, which is nice, such as the Better Breathers program that I just mentioned. We run that virtually, so people can just join from wherever. And then we also have a program called X-Able, which is also supports COPD patients. It's very cool. It just started rolling out in Interior Health this year, but it's like an app. It uses AI to kind of track patients' progress with some exercises to help with their COPD. And we also have a Harmonicas for Health and Happiness program. That's funded by BC Lung and delivered by Poplar Pulmonary. That one's very cool, definitely targeted towards older adults, but it actually uses harmonica. People you learn how to play the harmonica, and it helps with their lung function. So
Wow.
they go
Wow.
through a 5 week program learning to play songs in the harmonica, and it, yeah, it really helps with their lungs and their breathing. It's like a fun social connection piece for older adults who might not be getting out as much for that. And you get to learn a new skill, which is super cool. Um,
That's awesome.
and I'm trying to think what else we have. I just talked about the Breathe program. And that I'd say also really targets those older populations. We bring those workshops to places like assisted living and long-term care facilities,
Hmm.
or public spaces like community centers and libraries that can be easily accessed by those older populations.
Beautiful. The
That's really
harmonica.
interesting.
Yeah, that is really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, the harmonica one is
That
very
one's good.
cool.
That one's good. I like that
I've
one.
Yeah,
never
yeah.
heard that
And
concept.
we actually ship the harmonicas to all the
Oh,
patients too. So they
amazing.
like
Yeah.
receive their very own harmonica.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
cool.
I think they usually have like a little concert at the end of the 5 weeks too. So
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
so cute.
Oh.
Yeah.
that's really cool, actually.
Mhm.
Awesome work.
So, how can older adults access these services? What's the first step they can take?
Yeah, so I would say the first thing is go to BC Lung's website. So you can just go to bclung.ca. We just redid the site last year. So we kind of revamped it to make it a lot more user friendly. There's a ton of resources on there that are accessible directly through the site. As I mentioned before, we also offer a lot of webinars. The webinars are free, they're really easy to attend. And because of a lot of the resources are virtual, a lot of them don't have caps on how many people can join, so you're never really within the constraints of, oh, like the webinar's maxed out, I can't attend. You can kind of jump in wherever you want. So that might be a good place to start is just attend one of the webinars. And if you aren't comfortable going online, you can also call BC Lung at 604-731 Lung, which is 5864. And yeah, you can chat with us. We can connect you with any of those programs as well.
So BC has seen growing concerns around air quality and wildfire smoke each summer. How does BC Lung support older adults during this time?
As you mentioned, wildfire smoke events definitely getting more frequent and intense every year. I would say the Carter's Project town hall meetings that we've been holding are kind of boots on the ground efforts that we've seen really make a difference in some of those rural communities. So that does include bringing air quality monitors. So basically, we would identify communities that are heavily affected by wildfire smoke and don't have adequate air quality monitoring. And then we are
Hmm.
actually going to those communities. It's a fully subsidized program. We're bringing those air quality monitors.
Oh,
We're
wow.
delivering the Breathe workshops. So we're bringing box fans and HEPA filters. People are creating their very own do-it-yourself air cleaners that they can bring home with them
Wow.
in order to yeah, improve their indoor air quality, which is great.
Hmm.
So I know also this past year, for one of our Better Breathers groups, which is a program that's supporting older adults with lung disease. And yeah, I would say we have a lot of print materials available as well. So if we're ever at public events, people can always grab those. So we kind of try to diversify our resources and how those are delivered. But yeah, I'd say in the past year we've really put a focus on kind of being boots on the ground with some of these initiatives, which has been really cool.
Sounds like BC Lung's doing so much great work. But I was wondering if there's any lessons that you have learned from past wildfire seasons, and how would that change current communication strategies?
Yeah, it's definitely wildfire smoke season's definitely getting worse. So I think just emphasizing the importance of checking wildfire smoke risk every single day, knowing the risks and what kind of activities might be appropriate for you and your health as an individual. Obviously, that's
Mm-hmm.
going to be different for, a young, healthy individual or an older individual who is living with a lung disease. Um, there is a lot of research happening around public health communication and how best to inform communities with wildfire smoke risk.
Yeah.
But yes, as I said, wildfire smoke is really we can see it getting more frequent and worse every year. So I think people just need to be aware of the risk, even if you can't visibly see smoke. There could be significant particulate matter in the air that is affecting your lungs. So just as you check the weather every day, check what the air quality is.
Now, some general advice for everyone. What are some habits that people should start doing every day that would greatly help their lung health?
So check your air quality. I would say get an air quality monitor for your home. The ones that we give out through Carter's Project, they're actually IKEA monitors. So they sell for about $60, I think. So that's a great model that people can buy. I would say if you use tobacco or nicotine products, consider quitting. There's a lot of resources to support you on your quit journey, such as Quit Now. And I would say exercise is important, keep those lungs pumping, get vaccinated, and if you have lung disease, do go for regular checkups, and I would say take medications as prescribed. It really depends. It's on an individual by individual basis, but yeah, I think just be aware of what you're breathing in and make sure you're checking in with your body and how you're feeling.
Perfect. That would conclude our segment for today. If you'd like to learn more about the services offered by BC Lung or find resources for yourself or loved one, please visit their website or give them a call at 604-731-LUNG. Now remember, protecting your lungs is something we can all do every day, and small steps like using air purifiers, wearing masks when needed, and checking air quality reports. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for Kira for sharing these valuable insights. And please stay safe, informed, and take care of your lungs.